Hi everyone, welcome to our latest mortgage podcast. Today I'm pleased to welcome Sophie Holloman, Key Relationship Manager for the Legal and General Mortgage Club. Sophie has recently been appointed as our key contact at the club following Adam Sheldon's departure. Welcome, Sophie.
Hiya, you all right?
Fine, thanks. For starters, Sophie, would be good for our members to hear about yourself and your role at the club.
Yeah, so like you've mentioned, I'm the key relationship manager. So I look after your networks, bigger firms, smaller firms, so all brokers, shapes and sizes. And really, I'm just here to support you and your business. So we've got a lot of technology in the club, we've got a lot of useful resources. So anything you need, like pick up the phone and we're just here to support you basically.
Brilliant, thank you. But can you give us an overview of how L&G see the market currently? Have you any comments on the recent announcement made by the Bank of England withdrawing its mortgage affordability test for mortgage this year?
Yeah, so LNG Mortgage Club, things are dead busy. Last year we had another record week, and we have got a 30% share of the intermediary market. So we do see a lot of business come through us. So it's super busy. And then as far as the Bank of England withdrawing, I do think it's a positive thing that this recognising the impact and the current change challenges that they're facing at the moment, particularly in first time buyers, but I suppose anyone purchasing or trying to get on the property ladder. So those clients that you probably would have had that were just not quite meeting affordability, where the rules were very black and white, it's just really going to help them. But I do think it's very important that brokers really do look at things twice and assess the affordability. There's still going to be them LTI caps in place,
Mm.
but just please double check and make sure that it is still affordable for the client, because the advice is important, especially with COVID and people's credit blips, people's income changing a bit. So just double check, I'd suggest.
Yeah, I think it's more important that clients to advisors, because in the past, we obviously had these, but with affordability, it's not going to go down up with regard to petrol, inflation, etc. So I think it's a great time for the advisor to make contact with their clients.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's really important for clients to express how important it is for them to be honest, because you see it a lot of times that clients are upfront with the credit history and then it just makes it worse in the long run. So maybe we need to do more of an education piece with our clients.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get any feedback on that,
Yeah,
Sophie.
we'll see if we can from LNG. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Well, what I'd like to do this podcast with you is to look at the benefit the club offers to our members. I think a good starting point would be, how does a member actually
So pop us in Google, will be the first search right up there. Just go to our website. To register club, there's what we call Club Hub. So Club Hub is essentially our backpack of tools. What you might have, if you've not got it, you might have a legal and general agency number from the protection side. That's transferable to the mortgage club side. So click in Club Hub, register on Club Hub, it'll ask for that agency number. If you've not got that agency number, just ask your principal, whoever. Um, and then as far as registering for the lenders, each lender is different. So also on the website, there is a little banner that runs across the top of the one of them says lenders. If you click that, there's then a drop down that says registering with lenders, and there's a breakdown of how each lender would like you to register with them. There's links, there's the forms on there that some lenders request. So it's all on the website. But honestly, if you ever need support, just get in touch with us. There's the contact number for mortgage support services on the website, and they're available now while 5:30.
Thanks for that, Sophie. And just to make our members aware, we do have on our lender page on the advisor site a link through to the L&G Mortgage Club website that Sophie's just mentioned there.
Yeah, so you don't even have to Google us. Saves you
Exactly.
time.
um, the other point I'd like you to run through, how do our members claim prop fee on exchange?
Yeah, so we are actually the only mortgage club that allows a broker to claim on exchange of a purchase or offer of a remortgage. And Club Hub that I've just mentioned, if you log into there, we have what's called a proc fee portal. So across the top of Club Hub, it says proc fees. There's a simple form on there. Just fill that out. All I will say is if you are claiming a proc fee early for a new build, please do make sure you tick the new build button at the bottom. Just because we'll give you a bit longer before if completed and stuff, we will give you a bit extra time. And there's also, if you scroll up to the top of the page, you can click claim history and you can see a breakdown of each procuration fee and whereabouts it is in the process. And if at any point you need to cancel, there is a cancel button on there as well. So it's dead simple to use.
If our members have any problems registering, etc., again, who do they contact?
They can contact either me or the Mortgage Support Services desk. So the Mortgage Support Services desk contact number is on there, but they're also available on live chat. So if you're having your coffee, client or anything, you can just...
The market is manic at present, with rates and products being withdrawn at short notice. Our advice to members is check the rate and product before submitting the application form to the lender. We also know many lenders are behind with their... Can you see any light at the end of the tunnel? Perhaps with the purchase market slowing down? Will lenders return to a normal level of service at some point?
That's a difficult one to answer, isn't it? Really, really difficult. So like I mentioned earlier, we had a record week last week, so I think the purchase market's still buoyant. We've heard of people offering over 50 grand over the purchase price. There's still that supply and demand issue as well. Then I suppose we've got in Q4, we've got all the maturities of your remortgages and your product transfers. So is it worth brokers trying to reach out early? So you can reach out 6 months before on a remortgage and 4 months before on a product transfer. And obviously, as we're seeing rates inflate, is it better for the client to reach out now? And then as far as the products pulling, I know it's stressful for you, broker. I'm not a broker myself, and it's hard for me to keep up. So I don't know what it's like for the brokers. And it must be having an impact on stress levels and mental health. Maybe brokers keep talking to each other. But what we've also got to remember is they'll be struggling too. So they'll see lender one pull a product and lender two will then, because they're trying to reprice. So they're thinking about their back book as well and how much money they've got going. But I've heard of one lender in specific, I'll not name names, but they actually pulled a product and they got anything 4 hours worth of work and 2 weeks an hour. So they're struggling, and yeah, we're just going to have to work together, aren't we? And it is a vicious circle, but just bear in mind that you keep checking your products, and it's difficult on both ends.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I said previously, make sure the product and rate's still available.
Yeah, I suppose manage clients' expectations up front. Just make them aware that this is happening and that you could say this here, but tomorrow it could be a different rate. Just make sure you're really open and honest with the client.
Yeah, I think, from what you said there, it is managing clients' expectations. And if that specific product that you've recommended, it isn't going to meet the deadline required, it is really looking at another product, but making the client aware of perhaps a different rate and cost involved. So, I can't see sort of like a light at the end of the tunnel at the moment. I just think it's a matter of, taking each case by case for the advisor.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, just make sure as well brokers are stepping away from the computer every now and then because it must be so stressful.
Indeed. Thanks for that, Sophie. What I'd also like to touch on is the club have launched several tools to help advisors.
Yeah.
Can you run through what you have available, please?
Oh, how long have you got? Yeah, so we launched Smart Criteria a fair few years ago. So it's your criteria tool. You've got everything from resi to bridging on there. You've got all your adverse on there. You've got all your non-standard construction types on there. So you can search all your criteria and it'll tell you which are the yes lenders, which are your refer lenders. The refer lenders don't mean it's a no, they just may say like speak to your BDM before you place the case. So you've got your criteria tool. You've also got an affordability tool. which you can then add the criteria in. So rather than a broker going to 3, 4 lenders' affordability calculators, spending probably about 3 hours filling them all out, you can actually fill out Smart Fit. And there's about 41 lenders on there at the moment, with so many more lenders in build, but then you can see what each lender is willing to lend. You can then add the criteria in, so maybe they've got a CCJ in the background, and then the lenders will fall out based on the criteria. And what you've also got on there is now products. So you can see the products that fit against that affordability. And we've also got a property checker. So the property checker, you'll type in your client's postcode and it'll say the EPC rating of the property, it'll have the flood risk, if it's on a floodplain, mining, etc. So you can have that in-depth conversation with the client up front and say, oh, this could affect your insurance, etc., etc. So it's just adding value to the client, really. And there's loads more things to come. We've got matrices on the website. We've got mortgage support services available. So if you're ever struggling to place the case yourself on Smarter Criteria or Smarter Fit, give them a buzz. They speak to lenders all the time, so they know criteria like the back of the hand. It's crazy how much they know. We're on a technology journey, and I don't think we're going to stop there.
I suppose really, if any of our members want a demo of any of your tools, best again to contact you.
Yeah, contact me. We also run demonstrations every Wednesday at 10 a.m. With MSS, so you can pop them a message and they'll send you an invite as well. But yeah, get in contact.
So all this information can be found on the advisor's website, as I've already mentioned. Thanks for joining us, Sophie. Going forward, Sophie and I will be recording regular podcasts. Watch out for our next one.